now.
Sorry for that. Okay, we are starting now. So let me share my screen. We are starting now. So I want to know if you can rush everything now. Then by tomorrow we'll start the class proper. So I want to share my screen, and can you see it? Can you see my screen?
Yes, the
Okay.
five basic principles of design and how to use them.
Yeah, yes. Thank you. So now we'll start after the discussing the principles. Tomorrow we'll start the graphics class proper. Medicine. So um graphic design is if you read through it, I'll say share the document. Graphic design is a highly sought after skill. People care about the way things look, and there is a constant need to produce good designs, whether it's for advertisements, websites, logos, videos, banners, etc. You don't need to be a pro designer to make highly shareable content. Blah 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 blah. So we're going through the design principles. So the first one is emphasis. Emphasis. So when you have multiple visual elements in the design, you want to make sure you are giving extra weight to your most important message. This way, so when someone looks at your design, their eyes are drawn to the headings or area you want them to focus on most. This is called emphasis and is more than good design. It's critical to the user experience. It can be accomplished in various ways, using larger or bolder fonts for your typography, placing your most important message physically higher than other piece of information, or using shapes to frame the central point. Now, the next slide will show you example of emphasis. Now, when you look, Shebi, I want to make sure you guys are seeing my screen. You can see the example, please, so that let me know when this thing is messing up. Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
Looking for where to buy and sell your coin, becoming exceptional and vessel of honor. The emphasis are beautiful. Yeah.
All right. So you can see that in these flyer examples, you can see that the buy and sell is the emphasis because that's what the customer wants. You understand? Your design should have a central point where like when people see it, there should be something that will attract them. Becoming exceptional is a central point on its own. Vessels unto honor. This is the theme. So your design, one must have emphasis. It must have something important, an important message you are trying to pass to your audience. So have that in mind, because after this, the reason why I'm going through this principle is that by the time we start, I will expect you to apply these principles in your designs. Because by tomorrow, if we start our graphics class, I'll be dropping assignments every day. Every day we'll have homework to do to make sure that to keep track of our progress. So this an example of examples of emphasis, something that show when you see you can see that is showing that it's critical to the user experience. And user experience is how do people use a particular product or a design? How do people view a design? What do they see? What is the first thing that actually attracts them to the design? What's the most important information you're trying to pass to them? That's what user experience is. So it has to be the central point, the most important information. If I make this number now more bigger, or this date more bigger than the team, it doesn't make sense, because that's not the most important thing. There must be something that will attract people first to read about it before they can join. So the next principle is balance and alignment. And balance and alignment is one of the most important design principles because it will help your design stand out well. If you've for those of us that did art in school, if you know about this sculpture when you're molding something, there's a frame that is always inside that molded structure. We call them armature. So without the armature, those sculptures cannot stand. So that's how it is in design. Your design must have balance and it must be aligned, whether in the center or the right. There must be central alignment. And when I go through the next slide, you see it now. Now, this is an example of Crypto Hub Academy. You see, here is centered, and the feature is left centered. If this introduction to cryptocurrency is at the center, what is market cap is by the left, it doesn't make a good alignment and balance. You understand? When you go through this other flyer, you see everything is centered. This one, everything is centered. There must be a particular alignment. Your design, either if you want to focus on the center, when you're making up edits, I can't start with official opening left center and then my date will be the right center. There must be a clear balance. And if a design doesn't have a clear balance, people will not be able to understand it. And the next one is repetition. Repetition helps people remember your brand or any other information. Employ repetition in your overall content strategy by using consistent colors, fonts, and brand imagery to help people recognize your brand. And this is an example of repetition. Because now this is a brand. You see, there's a particular color. I'm not saying that you should repeat backgrounds, but the colors, the fonts, the style is always the same. So if you are patronizing these people, this brand now, for instance, and tomorrow or next tomorrow or whenever you come across the brand or something that look like, you always remember that this brand, like there's always a consistency in their design. It's always like that. That's why when you go to all these big brands, you discover that there's a consistency. They have colors and all this thing like Google, Facebook, their design always have a particular color. They follow their brand color so that this repetition can create balance so that people can actually understand and the your brand, and then let there be a art. Like when you see blue, yellow, red, green, what first comes to your mind is Google because they make use of that color. Facebook is blue, Spotify is green, Amazon is black and orange with that smiley design. So when you see Amazon Prime with those smiley design, you know that this is actually Amazon. So your design should have repetition. You understand? And then the next one is color. Color is one of the most important things. Color is a powerful design principle because it helps you communicate on an emotional and subconscious level. Understanding the basis of color theory can help you use color to your advantage. For instance, let's say blue tends to make people feel calm or trusting, while red can help to ramp up emotions and get people to take action. That's why you see stop signs tend to be red. The same thing here. What I'm trying to say is, let me say for instance, when you're designing a flyer for eatery and you're using, if you notice, Crunchies, Mr. Biggs, ShopRite, all these eateries, if you notice something, the color of their brand is always red, orange, and yellow. There's always this consistency among this brand. It's not a coincidence. The reason is that psychology tends to say that these colors, when you see them, stirs up hunger. You understand? So your color should matter a lot in your design. There's what we call color riots. Even in dressing, there's how someone will dress, you'll be like, this color is too much. What is happening? So your colors, when you're designing, you should have a consistent color. Do not play around. You use blue, green, orange, black, neon blue. Just be using colors anyhow. Colors are very, very important in your design. You should make good use of your color. And I'll advise you, because I might not have time to be going through this theory because it might be boring. Go online, search for color theories, colors that match together, colors, because it's when you study more about color, it will help you in blending your design. So that when you give a client a design, just like you see here, this referral, this other one in the middle is black and gold. You can see the consistency. This one is taxi, yellow, black. This crypto, I maintained this. So color is one of the most important things. I will advise you to make research on colors, go online, check Google, some of these big brands, go through their posts on Instagram and look at, study their color, see how they make use of color. And during the design course, we'll be making use of that, because in your work take home assignments, you will have to make this thing, and I believe that you obey these principles, because I'll be judging them and then we'll be going through them. And then the fifth design principle is called negative space. Negative space. This part of your design, the part of your design you choose to leave blank, are just as important as the ones you are filling with colors, text, and images. The most important pieces of information in your design, never underestimate the power of simplicity. Like, this is an example now. There's nothing keeping me from stretching this sisters weekend kiniko from one border to the end, dragging everything to them, making everything become so bold. Negative space or white space is very important in your design. Don't make your design too much that they become too bulky, that the design is become sophisticated, like it can't breathe. So you look as if it's struggling to breathe. Your design should have space, a lot of space. You can see this flyer now has a lot of information, but there's a way I was able to squeeze everything into it. So negative space is very important in your design. So how to use the design, the principles of design. The design doesn't have to strictly follow these rules to be good. Yes, some absolutely mind-blowing designs ignore one or more of the principles of design in order to create an eye-catching and effective work. That is true. I'm not telling you that this thing now is like you must follow the design principle head to head, but that doesn't mean you should disobey every of the principle. You should be careful where you employ your own creativity. You understand? When you are designing something, you can decide to break the rule, but don't make it look stupid. Don't make it look like, because I know a lot of designers out there that if you miss one alignment, it's an issue for them. They'll be like, what is this? What is this? I'm not too clear about it. So you can decide to disobey one of the rules, but be careful what you disobey. Be careful. So remember, I will share this document. You can go through it. You can browse them online. I will want you to go study about emphasis. Search online about designs that have emphasis. Study them, because this course now is not all about me. I can't put you through everything like end to end. It's more me telling you what to do, and it's left on you to do more of the work. So emphasis, balance and alignment, check up everything, repetition, color, negative space, and everything. There's still more principles of design. When you go online, you can see everybody coming up with their own principle of design, what they felt to be in. So please try and read more about it, study this thing, because by tomorrow I will try to fix up this Zoom issue. So by tomorrow, when we start, we'll just start off from a good place, and then study this thing. Very, very important. What I mean is, you don't know how important this thing is until you start designing, and when you design, no matter how beautiful it is in your eyes, you start hearing rubbish comments that this thing is not right, this thing is not right. And then as a designer, I will tell you the truth. Do not expect everybody to like your design. If you like, obey the whole principles. Do not expect everybody, because we all have our choices. We all have one thing or the other to actually place our, let me say, what you love and what you don't like. So it's very, very important. Hope you grab. So don't expect everybody to like your design. And then I will tell you the truth. I want to tell you, give you an example of something that happened because of this thing. When I was still learning this in 2015, yes, when I was still starting, I just finished training, 6 months training. Then there was this guy that was using Photoshop. As someone that has not entered Photoshop for the first time, I was like, teach me. It was like doing guy and all these things. Then I took it upon myself to learn all these things, principles, then started learning Photoshop on my own. In case I didn't go to any school to learn most of these softwares I use. So when after doing it now, to tell you the guy now is the one begging me to teach him because I bent down to go through all these things, to study them, to make it. It's not as if I'm doing anything special, but it's because I'm trying to put the right thing, the right rule. So please try to study this thing, study it, and if you don't have courage yet, I will advise you try to put it, because by tomorrow, the reason why we are starting with corridor, yes, before I forget, I said I will tell you the reason why we are starting with corridor. People, out of the people I've taught and people I've seen, when they start with Photoshop, they have difficulty using corridor. And Photoshop is great, it is fine, like it does a lot of powerful stuff, but there's a reason why we have Adobe Illustrator. There's a reason why we have InDesign. There's a reason why we have also Adobe XD. Photoshop cannot do everything. For offset printing now, let me say you want to design a job that will be printed with offset print and not direct image or colored printing. You need to use offset, and most of Photoshop lacks in that. So we'll start with CorelDRAW, which is somehow similar, is similar to Illustrator. Then from there, we'll now move to Photoshop. From there, you will move to, like today, I discovered that there's a software design I got, Affinity Designer. It's more flexible. Like it's more of Illustrator and Photoshop combined together. I used it. This is the first time using it, and it was I got through it. I enjoyed it because I've known what each to work, so I just had to go and take my time to go through it and do something. I had to post it on my WhatsApp status. First time using it, it was quite an amazing experience. So I won't tell you, I will advise you not to base on one software. Learn how to use diverse softwares. Sometimes I don't design with one software. I design with a whole lot of softwares, like add up to 4 programs together and do a particular thing. You will ask me why. I have my reasons. I have my reason because everything cannot give you everything you want. There's what we call where you have strength of flexibility. So by tomorrow we are starting CorelDRAW. Just get ready for assignments because we just do something very simple but very impactful. Very simple but very impactful. I will take it gradually with the tools and all these things. And I feel from there we'll continue and we'll tend to grow. So hope we all learned something this night. Please, I want to hear from us. If you have any question, anything you want to say before this class ends.
All right, thank you so much. I just want to say a very big thank you for taking your time to prepare this wonderful class and to teach us to this aspect. I think the elements of the principle of this design is very important, just as you emphasize. So what I will do is to go back and study them, and maybe when you are now teaching tomorrow, we can now have a better understanding of all the principles. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Do you have anybody else to say something? Any question? All right. So, in the absence of that, all I will just try to tell you, you can see out of the WhatsApp group, we have 200 something participants, but yet a few number of persons attending this thing. Okay. Who is speaking?
I think the night is the lectures in the night might be one of the reasons people don't participate.
I think time should be when people should have more time. I think because let me, I'm a student in the higher institution. I work and I see have attend school online. So night is always one of the best time to. I don't know.
Seriously. Hello, can I talk?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let me sincere all these things are strange to like all these things you've been saying. Like these people like can be able to do the graphic design stuff.
You say? I didn't hear you.
That is my phone.
I didn't get you.
I said,
Mhm.
I was saying, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. It's doing me as if I'm understanding. On the other hand, it's doing I'm not understanding. Like, okay, that's what I'm saying. With these 5 principles that you said this night,
Mhm.
can we like with the 5 of them like do something like create some of those designs you sent, or are there still more things? And
Okay. I think I grab what you're trying to say. Okay. With this design, can you hear me? Maureen, can you hear me?
the coral draw parts. Seriously, I don't know that one. No.
So
I
which
don't know what you said about it.
okay, let me say okay, the class I started tomorrow, what package do you have to start with? Do you have CorelDRAW installed in your system?
No, I don't.
Okay. But you have a
You mean the
system.
the app, right?
Yes.
No, I don't have the app.
Okay. Which app do you have on your system for graphics? Do you have any? Seems like your network is bad. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. I think our network is bad.
Okay. I'll just help her out in that. Listen, if you can hear me. This thing is let me say,
No, no.
can you hear me now? Hey, the network is very bad. So what I'm trying to say is the principles of design. The reason why I had to teach it is because every design you do requires this. It's just like the basics. Every design you do requires this. So by the time you graduate from here to another package, it's still, everything is just the same thing. Just that we have, let me say, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. What are all these? These things are social media apps. You understand? But they have a different way of operation, but they still obey the same rule and principles. So the design principle, I don't expect you to grab everything now. Like grab everything now. Is when we begin to start doing it, you start understanding the reason. But you can't understand the reason if you don't know about it. You can't understand a thing and you don't know anything about. So the reason why I give it to you is that so that when you are starting it, let me say for instance now, I say try this thing and post on the group so that we can look at it and see how it is. Because of you know that you go through the principle, which one am I not obeying? Which one am I obeying? With conscious learning, it becomes part of you. Do you understand? And then for Maureen, I don't know if you the program you have installed on your system because I really want to know. I don't know if you can if your network is good or you can just type it on the chat box. Maureen, I'm waiting for you. Ah, I do not know. Okay, what I will say tell you, Maureen, is just private chat me on DM me on WhatsApp. Then I will now discuss with you and know how we go about putting the software on your phone. I don't know if that is okay with you.
Okay, no problem.
Alright. So just try and do it this night because you know, me myself I still have class. I have because I'm attending class. I have an online school I attend, so I need to go and attend the class this night. So, any other thing, please come to my DM and ask me. I'll be very much available to help you out for tomorrow. So that by the time we start tomorrow, with time, don't worry. I promise you, before this thing ends, we'll start doing something. Like, you will not regret it. Very serious about that.
All right.
All right. So, thank you all for coming out this night. And
Like I said, I got lost.
so, thank you all for coming out this night. And I
Leave,
think tomorrow morning.
leave.
All right. Good night. Good night, everyone.
All right, good night. Thank
Good
you so
night.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.